Are we ready? Everybody rolling? Hi, my name's Donnie Green, and I'm with Feed Louisville. There's a number of outreach.
Sorry, we're not going to be able to hear you unless you're right in front of the mic.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, my name's Donnie Green, and I'm with Feed Louisville. Jeff Gill is here with Hip Hop Cares. We've got Stachelle here from the Hope Bus. Summer Dickerson is here. We've got a number of other outreach folks behind us. All of these people are involved with outreach in the city on a regular basis, and we're here tonight to talk about a humanitarian crisis that we have that is immediate. We've got over 7,000 people homeless in the city. We have approximately 300 people or so with vouchers who are eligible to move into housing right now, and it's not available. We have another 900 at least that have been assessed and could get vouchers. And again, there is no housing available. The city has made a moral and ethical decision to allow people to die on the streets in this weather. They have literally decided not to house folks. And we know that there is housing available. We know that there is hotel space available. We know that there are apartments available. We know that the city is lacking shelter space, and that is the city's excuse is that, and the shelter's excuses are that there is no shelter space available. The truth of the matter is that the city is currently housing homeless people, houseless folks, unhoused folks in hotels in the city, and they have the ability to do that for everyone. Housing is a basic human right. No one deserves to freeze to death out here. No one deserves to be criminalized because they are poor or unhoused or they have an addiction. Everyone here is a human being and deserves the basic rights that are afforded all of us who are housed. Specifically, I would like to talk about the criminalization of houseless folks in District 4, which is this downtown area. Officer Scott Perry, on a regular basis, harasses and steals homeless people's belongings, including their homes, their houses, their tents, their sleeping bags, throws away their food, among other things. All right, these are all direct violations of LMPD code. They're direct violations of the law, and he's allowed to do this without any recrimination from the city. I'd also like to talk about the fact that David James and Metro Council has stated that they're working with outreach folks to find a suitable solution for housing. That is not true. They are not. They have not reached out to anyone. In regards to housing, Vincent James, Tamika Laird, Mayor Greg Fisher, the city as a whole has made it a policy that they will allow people to die out here, and people will die. We're looking at folks who already have frostbite. We have we have a pregnant woman out here who has a voucher who they will not put in temporary housing. More than one pregnant woman, actually. We have folks who are disabled that they will not put in any kind of temporary housing, including hotel space. We have a number of issues going on with people who are going to lose fingers and hands for certain. Again, the hospitals will not take them and keep them overnight because of COVID. So these people have no place to go, and the weather is about ready to get severe. Hotel Louisville is currently almost vacant. What is it? 90% vacant? Currently, Hotel Louisville is currently 90% vacant. This property was owned and bought in partnership with the city and is run by the folks who own Wayside. And this hotel has been used as a shelter before. There is no reason why people are not in this hotel tonight and for the next 7 or 8 days until we get through this really, really brutally cold weather. We are going to see people die of exposure. That's what I've got. I'm going to introduce Jeff Gill next.
Jeff Gill, Hip Hop Cares. Thank you all. So, to add on to what Donnie was saying, a lot of issues our city faces, a lot of issues. But what it boils down to is getting people off of the streets. And we can talk long-term plans. We have talked long-term plans, but right now it's very, very important that we talk short-term as far as getting people off the streets so people don't die, so people don't lose limbs, so we can really, really start to fix these issues. Hotel Louisville is the perfect place for us to be able to fix that immediate issue. Like as Donnie said tonight, we could get people in this place tonight if the city and its leadership stopped making excuses. Speak up. Okay. So I don't really know what much to add on to what Donnie said. Everything that he said was pretty much on point, and I co-sign all of it. As he said, frostbite, a real thing. This past week, we all went through hundreds of sleeping bags, dozens of tents, tarps. We found people that were in collapsed tents because of the ice. And with everything that's predicted as far as the weather goes, it will be extremely bad. So what I'm saying, and what everyone that is here is saying, that we need an immediate solution. We need to stop making excuses. Tamika Laird, Vincent James, the Office of Resilience and Community Services, Mayor Fisher, whoever is in charge of taking care of the people of Louisville, Kentucky, they need to step up to the plate. They need to figure this out, and they need to stop letting people die. They need to be more responsible and at least support the folks that are here, are the folks that have spent 60 plus hours this week in the streets, 60 plus hours this week passing out food and hot chocolate and coffee and tents and tarps and boots and socks and gloves and hats, hand warmers and sterno. And the city did not provide one thing. The only thing that the city of Louisville provided this week was excuses.
Yep.
Exactly.
That is it. And those excuses did not feed one person. Those excuses did not house one person. And what the city did with 6th and Jefferson and put those folks up, they raised the bar. And that bar needs to be met with every single person that is on the streets of Louisville, Kentucky. The way that they figured that out, they need to figure the rest of it out. Stop saying we can't do it and figure it out. And don't say that you're working with people that you're not working with. They ain't talking to us, not about fixing anything. The only thing that they're talking to us about is long-term things that aren't obtainable. They keep giving us brass rings, and we're tired of reaching for them. Our arms are tired from doing the work that they're not doing. They need to at least support us. And if they're not, then I don't really know what else to say. All we got is us. That's it. Thank you.
All they did was tap dance like Gregory Hines.
Hello, my name is Summer Dickerson. I run an organization here in town called Women of the Well. I do a lot of street outreach, been doing it for a long time. You know, how dare we call ourselves a compassionate city if we're just gonna sit by and stand by knowing the weather that we got coming soon and sitting here and allowing people to die? Because if we don't house them and we don't put them somewhere, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Is the next time we go out to do outreach, we are literally gonna find dead bodies. Is that the compassionate city we all say we live in? No, that's not. So it's time to step up and do something, because trust me, a lot of us in the city are just a paycheck away from being in the same predicaments that the people that we serve on a daily basis is. So I am calling on the city to do something, step up and do something. Hotel Louisville, I'm calling on you to step up and do something. We have 90% vacancy. We should have people in there. So, you know, I just wanted to come on and say it's very, very important. And, you know, we need, please, you guys, reach out to Hip Hop Cares and all the people that are up here and donate everything, because we need everything right now, because we are having to come out and replace everything. And then once this storm is over, we're going to have to replace that stuff as well. And again, it's coming out of everybody's personal pockets. City of Louisville, we're doing, you know, we're doing the right thing. Now you stand up and do the right thing.
most of these people have already said what needs to be said. And I don't have much of a voice because I've been working much like these people. But I do know, here's my charge to this city and to all these non-profit people making about a quarter meal, that if you have space, we need to put people in these spaces. Here's my charge to Hotel Louisville. Put people in these spaces. Here's my charge to Wayside. Clean that shit up so we can get people in these spaces. Here's my charge to every person who can do something, every person who has a building, every person who has an Airbnb, every person who has a vacant house. Here is my charge to you. Do something. I don't know, I'm not really expecting the people who oppress us to save us. So my call is for people, ordinary people. And you know what we can do? Ordinary people who come together and make something happen can do extraordinary work. So here's my call. If you have an Airbnb, if you got a church, if you got a gym, Hotel Louisville, open these places up because we need to get people housed. We don't want anybody to die. But we can have record numbers. We got a storm coming. We already been in a storm and there's another storm coming. Here's my charge to you. Open up these doors, open up these rooms. We got work to do. I ain't relying on no city government. What I'm relying on is the power of the people because that's what it's always been. And these people, we've been working, but I know what ordinary people can do. Here is my charge. Ordinary people with Airbnbs, people who are living real comfortable in our houses with our temperatures at 73 degrees. Here is my charge to you. Open up your spaces. Do what you can. And I dare the public health department to come and give you a fine because we're going to pull together and pay that fine. Do what you can with what you can. That's the city that we live in. The Hope Bus, we know what people can do. We've done it. We've done it over the course of it. We know what people can do. Here is my charge to you. Compassionate Louisville. Let's get real compassionate. Let's set the example. And it starts with us because ain't no power like the power of the people because the power of the people don't stop.
What's your name real quick?
Stay Shell Bussy.
Can you say that in the mic?
Stay Shell Bussy with the Hope Bus.
All right, thank you.
Listen, and donate to all these organizations. There is so many organizations represented up here who are spending thousands, who are going to spend thousands this week trying to make sure that our most vulnerable population is taken care of. Hip Hop Cares, Feed Louisville. What's the name of?
Women of the Well.
Who?
Jacob's Ladder.
Jacob's Ladder.
Forgotten Louisville.
Forgotten Louisville. Women of the Well. Hip Hop.
Over here.
Who?
Elvis Kitchen. Elvis Kitchen.
Elvis Kitchen.
Food security.
Food security. And all of us, and make no mistake, none of us just started this work this week. We've been doing this work. We need you, Louisville. We need you. Hear what I'm saying to you. We need you. We need you to step up this week. Whatever you have, do what you can. Send donations, PayPal, Cash App, drop off checks to all of these people up here who are doing work. Listen, ordinary people can do extraordinary work when we have a common goal. Our common goal is to save lives this week. That's what we need to do.
Stand up, Louisville! That's all I got. Anybody else? We got work to do.
Do you spell your name with your last name with one L or two? Two. All right, thanks.
Hotel Louisville, open your doors.
Hotel Louisville.
Thanks, everybody.
Sir,
Yes.
right here. April and a pen.
Y'all know what we're doing. Y'all know what we're doing. Hey, make sure y'all see me coming. Y'all know what we're doing.
I know, I posted a little bit on
We got the
cards in there.
off the
A lot of people are
They said they're good for right now. That's all.